In my last video, I have discussed the general things about IITJEE, how the exam is held, how the numbers are allotted, like this. This time I will discuss the detailed steps how you will proceed for the preparation. I am Datta Sir. I am teaching for IITJEE for last 30 years, and also I am a ex-senior professor of number 1 IITJEE Institute of India. Many of my students have cleared JEE Advanced and other JEEs with high rank. Listen carefully, you will be amply benefited. I will give you some tips, give you some points very valuable to you. First thing, this exam is all about concept. Here, the examiners wants to know how deep is your concept and how you can apply them. So first step is you have to learn concept. Learn concept without any compromise. Means until and unless it is totally clear to you, until and unless you are satisfied, you do not rest. You keep on asking whoever is there available, keep on finding out, but you have to understand the concept very clearly. This is number 1. Number 2, one practical tips. Whenever you are going to a class, suppose you are in a coaching class or with any teacher with whatever may be the class, before going to the class, you know what topic today will be discussed. So, you read about this topic before going to the class yourself. You read. You may not understand everything, but you will understand something definitely, so that you will be in a better position in the class to participate and you will understand more easily. So, this is a very practical tip. Another practical tip is, immediately after the class you come back and immediately at the earliest possible time you look into this, you read this again immediately. Because why I am saying, if you don't open the book immediately and after 4-5 days you open, you will see that a lot of things you have forgotten. So the thing which was for half an hour, now you will take 4-5 hours, and that too not completely. So why waste this time? Time is very short here, so you don't waste this time. You go back and immediate possible time you go through what has been taught in the class. Take very serious note of this. This is a very practical tip. After learning the concept, what you will do? You will do the solved problems. You will see how it has been solved, on what basis. Then definitely you will have lot of practice problem from so many books, and nowadays all big coaching institutes are giving their study materials. You can collect those also. So you will find lot of practice problem. After that you will go for this practice problem, and all by yourself first. You go, there may be so many problems may be done in the class, you will revise that also, and some homework may be given, that also you will do, and yourself also you solve as far as possible, as many as possible, these practice problems. And the rule for solving problem is that, suppose you solve a problem, you get the answer, it is right. So if you just tick and go to the next problem, you will miss so many things. You have to think about the problem. Give some time to think about the problem. Think how the concept has been applied here. In what other ways the concept can be applied. What other problems can be framed on this concept. Like this, so that you get the benefit of many questions out of one question. Otherwise, if you just go and tick mark, and you will not get that benefit. So this is a very practical tips. Next tip is, if you go on solving problem, learning concept and proceed chapter by chapter, then after some days you will see that you have forgotten the older chapters. You have forgotten. So you have to refresh those again and again. So what to do? The basic rule is, whenever you will study, you study at 60% for the current and 40% for revision. You have to revise every time you have to revise. And thing is, all the chapters are linked. Unless you, many concepts after that are linked with earlier concept. So if you don't revise, you won't get the concept. So you have to do the revision as well as new chapter at the same time. Maybe 60-40 ratio. Next point is, you must do all the previous year questions of JEE Advanced. See, in the JEE Advanced, the questions are not repeated, but these concepts has to be repeated, where else they will get concept. So concept will be repeated. So you have to solve all the previous year questions. Then you will get a guide what type of questions are coming, and questions will be known to you. This is the pattern of question, this is the standard of questions. So these are the possible questions, so that immediately a new question also comes to you, you will get some idea how to proceed. So this is a must. This is a must. Whatever book you are doing, you do, but the previous year questions you have to do. Next is, not only you have to do the problems, learn the concepts, do the previous year questions, do the revision, then you have to test. There are so many tests in the coaching center, by your teacher. So, but still, you have to take lot of self-test. Self-test means you select some questions and try to solve this within time, just as if you are in an exam. Continuously. It is a continuous process, not for one chapter wise. Every chapter you select some question and solve it within a time. So this type of self-test is very, very, very useful. And definitely you will give all the mock tests possible. Whatever mock test you get, you will give this. This will give your actual test feeling. After you have learned any concept, you have to learn concept, I told you earlier. After you have learned any concept, if you get any scope to explain this to anybody, you definitely take this scope. Suppose any of your friend wants, please explain this, I don't understand. Definitely you will explain. Don't think that I have done so many labor, I have worked hard, why I should share. Don't. Knowledge is such a thing, if you share, it will increase. So you will also be benefited. And once you are able to explain with the satisfaction of another person, you are 100% confident of the concept. Take it from me. Next point is, you have to keep in mind that lot of formulas are there. You will get so many formulas, so many units, so many constants. So you have to keep in mind those. So for this, you make some practical approach. Means you note down in a diary, or you note down in a wall poster, and every day look into it, so that you can again and again look at it, and ultimately you can remember this. Otherwise you cannot remember this, and it is not possible that in the exam hall you will go and deduce the formula and do it. No, that is true. And last but not the least, I will tell that if possible, the preparation should be taken from class 9 itself, because class 9 and 10 syllabus are similar to class 11 or 12 syllabus. Only depth is much more here. So when you are in class 9 or 10, if you learn a bit deeper, then the pressure becomes less in 11 and 12. That is a practical approach. But suppose you have already come to 11, there is no more scope. But those who have scope, you do that. So these are the points. If you don't remember, you can see this video again and again, note down, and I am again summarizing. First point, learn the concept very clearly, no compromise with the concept. First one. Second one, before any class, you study the topic that is to be discussed in the class today. Study and participate in the class. And just after the class, at the earliest possible time, you go through the topic that has been explained in the class. This is another one. Third point is, after you learn the concept, you go through the solved problems, then go for the exercise and collect as many as practice problems from various sources and do this. Next point was, every time while studying, make 60% current study and 40% old, means revision. This is a must. Next point was do all the previous year questions, definitely, without any exception, definitely. Next point was take regular test, whatever test is there in your class or by your teacher or wherever possible, and take so many self-tests. You yourself take your test. You yourself select questions and see that you can do it within limited time. Another thing I told, that whenever you learn any concept, if you get any scope, you explain it to others so that your concept becomes more solid. And last I told that if possible, start from class 9. These are my points. These are not exhaustive points. You may have some more points, but these are the main points. And last but not least is practice. Practice, practice and practice. You have to practice as much as possible. Whatever concept you learn, whatever problems you do, unless you make regular practice, you cannot do. So this is, you have to keep in mind. So if you keep all these points in mind and do your job very religiously, then there is no point why you will not get JEE Advanced. In fact, lot of my students have done it and got it. Okay then, thank you very much.